I'm hopeless because when I drink, I start, you know, I think I'm terribly amusing. I start telling jokes and I get a laugh. I think, well, I'll do that one again. I go on to repeat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I repeat myself.
Then that became a career.
And I hear.
Hence my life.
Hence my act. Yeah. And then I do as well. I get the horn. Do you know, I get really flirty and, you know, become snog woman a bit. And then I have to be smacked and taken home.
But that's the whole thing, I think, about this woman or brainier thing. I mean, it's probably male French journalists made this up, said, drink more women, makes you brainier. You know, thanks, Stewart.
They would do it, wouldn't they? Very
that's
smart.
Probably it, huh? Because we know that women get the horn when they've had a bit to drink.
I don't know how they made that. I think they just wrung out his liver, actually. That's what it tastes like. So let's just say you've gone out and been merry all over your new shoes. You wake up the next day, you've had 3 hours sleep, you walk down 6 Weetabix, you manage to tie your own shoelaces, and there's only one Lorraine Kelly on the telly. You might be forgiven for thinking that you're sober enough to get behind the wheel of your car. You might be wrong. But how do you know? Well, responsible drivers can get one of these. And I've got one each here. And these are DIY breathalyzer kits. Go on. Here you go, Paul. Now, I know we've all been quite abstemious during the show, probably because there are no glasses on the set, but you've all been knocking it back earlier. So what you've got to do, you've got to blow into... I think you've got to crack these like this. Oh, dear, mine's just come out a bit. And you crack and blow.
I don't know when...
We're going to get them sorted out. We're going to test everyone during the break. We'll see you in a few minutes after the ad. Hello, good ad break, well done. I'm pleased. Now, we're still slumming it at my house with top chef Paul Rankin, the girls with no surnames, Emma and Marie, and old cheekbone Stewart Lee. Now, before the break, we cracked open a few DIY breathalyzer kits. Good blowjob, girls? Think so. And I'm ashamed to say that all my guests are well over the limit. With, I think it's you in the lead, that's gone. Green is over the limit, and show them at home, it matches the nail varnish, isn't that lovely? You've gone green over the limit.
No, mine's not.
All right, well done. Absolutely. And you
I only had a glass of wine,
yeah,
really.
but you've got so much in your system.
That's really depressing.
I am actually sober as well, but that's because I am bionic. I have the kidneys of an ox. Anyway, I think it's an offence to be smashed in charge of your own show, but try telling that to... I'm not going to say... Anyway, moving on. There's this advertising agency, whose name I can't remember, but they're probably called something like Bibble, Bobble, Bobble and Plop, have cast former... Probably. Yeah. Very childish. What they did, this advertising agency, they cast former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev in a Pizza Hut commercial. Apparently he got a big fat check, but I'm not talking about Rulenska.
Nice. I like it. The old check misunderstanding.
You know when people normally do that joke, they normally use Robert Maxwell. I thought I'd use someone else. Anyway, well done, Mick, for doing that advert, because I've done adverts. I've never regretted it at all. In fact, I am the voice of panty liners on regional radio, I am. Stuart, do you do commercials?
No, I haven't done it. I mean, we've been offered them, but I've turned them down.
Who's we? Explain to the people who
I do a double act, and actually we got offered one last week, the double act, for doing MTV on the radio, and then I got offered a Mars Bar one on my own a few years ago.
Why don't you accept commercials?
Well, what does that mean?
It's not money.
Yeah, right. Well, because... because
Is it a political thing?
Well, it sort of is. I mean,
it's very old Labour, that.
I know,
it's new Labour now. You have to. Alexis Hale does them.
Yeah, I know, but I sort of think that I'm sort of paid by the public for my opinions, even though they're stupid and wrong and about rubbish, irrelevant things like excrement and things and just stupid stuff, you know. And also, I wouldn't want to be like my friend Pete, who does the pot noodle adverts, who, whenever we go out, has crowds of blokes going, "Hey, too gorgeous," at him everywhere, and he has to go, "Oh no," like that. And no amount of money is worth that. So.
Well, yes, I think an amount of money does make that.
The amount of money has not been made.
About panty liners.
No, because it's only radio. They don't know that I am not only the voice, but I'm the face of panty liners. Paul, you are the face of Quorn.
Yeah.
Do you have any qualms about your Quorn commercials?
Well, I had a bit of a qualm about sliding down the fireman's pole.
Did you have to do that in one of your Quorn commercials?
Yeah, because you get jokes about, you know, sliding down a fireman's pole and things like that.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was a good thing to do. You do.
What? What joke are you talking about?
We haven't
that
seen the
relate to
advert.
corn?
What do you do with the fireman's pole?
Well, yeah, I cook corn for the firemen.
Yeah.
And then I
Why?
slide down the fireman's
Why do you cook it for
pole.
the firemen?
Because big, beefy firemen like to eat
Mushroom.
low-fat, high-protein corn.
Girls, you could advertise yourselves in a phone box. What would you do commercials?
Imodium, kaolin and morphine, anything that plugs your arse up, I would advertise, yeah.
You would
Can you
advertise
repeat
anything that
that
floats
and
your arse.
Okay, you could
plug your bottom up, please.
Advertise
Say to the
that.
camera, I would advertise anything.
Right. All right, I've got to say that to the camera. Right, okay. I would advertise anything that plugs your bottom up.
Like my fist. She hadn't said that now, my gran will say
What
that.
about... Like, stop that conscience.
Oh.
What about you? What would you like to advertise?
Well, I'd like to be the face of the naturist movement. To be honest, I think that naturism has got a bad press, so I think I could do something for. But they wouldn't be looking at. They wouldn't want to look at your face, would they?
Exactly. You'd be looking at those boobies in your body. Anyway, you know, at this point, I've got to be very good-natured. It's terribly dull. But, you know, like, I've had staff helping me on this. The researchers, people like that. And they thought it'd be really, really funny if I showed the audience an advert that I did 10 years ago. Oh, ha, ha, ha. God, roll the VT of the Electrolux advert. Go on, do it. Here I am. This is me 10 years ago.
The new one.
Ah, look! Little face.
Just press it,
See how strong I
and it becomes the most powerful vacuum cleaner you can
And there's
buy.
me in another outfit, but it's still me. And guess what happens? Yeah, I get his hat. That was very 80s, that was.
Yeah.
And here I am as a Russian housewife. It was padding, it wasn't all me. And look at that face.
That's huge.
It's me.
Chubby cheeks then, no?
I know.
Chubby cheeks?
It's nice when you get better looking as you get older, isn't it? My mother thinks I look really nice like that.
Actually, you look like your own daughter, though.
No, she's pushing that. No, the only thing that I really hate that. I really hate it. But the only thing that is funny about that advert is the end line. Did you notice along the bottom it said, "Nothing sucks like an Electrolux." And there used to be a post campaign that went with that. And they had these big billboards all up round Vauxhall. Nothing sucks like an Electrolux on posters. And all the local prostitutes used to run up and write underneath, "I do, phone me, Karen, on 703.
I don't think you want to worry about having done that, because like, everyone's got embarrassing skeletons in their cupboard.
I'd rather...
I, for example, was on the first episode of this series. Something long
They've
time
done it
ago.
loads of times. Anyway, let's just leave adverts forever and ever and ever, amen. Something else that's been in the papers, you know that businessman chappie who co-owns Planet Hollywood? He bunged Labour a quick million the other day. He's called Robert Earl, that's his name. He's worth 500 million quid, according to The Guardian, whilst it's claimed that some of the staff at Planet Hollywood get a measly £2.98 an hour. So the point of this story is it's better to own Planet Hollywood than it is to work there.
I think we know that, anyway.
It took me quite a long time to work that out. Have you ever been a waiter?
I've not been a waiter,
No, you'd be an awful waiter with these
I'm very
sulky
clumsy.
legs.
Shut up. Yeah, it's terrible. What do you want then? Oh. May I recommend that you go now and leave this restaurant?
But that'd be brilliant to do
But
that.
that'd be nice.
I would love to do that
The
as a
hard way.
waiter.
Do you make your staff wear stupid clothes?
No, I make them clean the corridors with toothbrushes and things like that.
I've had to do that.
Have
Chefs are
you?
notoriously horrible, though, aren't they? They
Well, thank you very
notoriously are.
much.
I mean, I used to work in a hotel, and the chef was a complete bastard. He just was horrible to everybody.
Well,
Chefs
and here
have a
he
bad
is tonight. We've brought him along.
Chefs have a bad reputation,
They
that's
do have
true.
a bad reputation.
You've obviously waitressed.
Never
Sorry.
waitress, no. No, I worked in a fast food restaurant once called Big Boy, right? And my job, I was 14 years old, and my job was to clean the tables, and whilst doing that I had to chuck people out because there were people queuing outside of the door to get in. It was that popular.
That hit.
So I used to go up and say, excuse me, we've got lots of people wanting seats, so if you're nearly finished, could you go? And they used to throw food at me and stuff like that. And I had to clean up the toilets as well.
How
And
much
I had, it was $1.38 an hour at
You
the
were
time.
overpaid, love. Can you please go now? Stu, have you ever had any awful jobs?
Yeah, I had a job at a stately home where I had to lie in the urinals, just soaking up urine with my naked body.
You get all the best
Hold on. Has anybody got any sort of paracetamol or anything
No, I
like
didn't
that?
have that as a
You're
job.
hallucinating.
No, the worst job I ever... no one would have a job like that. It'd be ridiculous.
You should
the
have
worst
that job. You deserve that job. When you come back in your
You
next life,
should.
that's the job you're going to
That's
have.
the job you're going to have. That's the level of the argument.
The worst job I ever did, I used to stack shelves in Boots. I had nothing to do with the chemist. I just used to work for a kinky newsagent. I did the timing of that was very, very bad. Paul, you're in catering. Are you working at Christmas?
We work up to Christmas Eve and then we take a couple of days off.
What about Stewart? You doing panto? You make a great.
I'm doing panto with Toya Wilcox this year down in the Wimbledon bit. No, I don't
Just
know.
doesn't know yet. Are you doing your ugly sister act anywhere?
Nice.
Come on, it is the season of goodwill. Let's get back into the Christmas spirit. Let's have some more to
nobody
drink.
else. It's
Can I have some more of George Best's drink?
Yes, of course. Help yourself. Have a glass.
Don't let me started.
Do you know, it is, I'm enjoying myself. It's a bit like an office Christmas party. I'm really glad you came. Because normally...
Get off with someone now.
Yeah, well, later, because normally my office Christmas parties constitute of just me offering myself twiglets and touching myself up. Okay.
You do that very well. You do.
I'm very well practiced.
Do you find after you've touched yourself up at Christmas that when you go back into work there's an embarrassing tension between you and yourself?
And then I have to draw around my own bottom with biro because I haven't got a photocopying machine. But it is nearly time for the presents. But first, let's have crackers. Go on, Stu. Come on, chuck them over and let's all be really festive. Come on, let's not try...
Oh, we're supposed to do that as well, aren't we?
Yeah, like... all together.
God.
Come on, come on. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on.
Just
It was very
grab
dull
that.
for everyone at home. Oh, I love that smell. Now, everybody, you've got to put... I don't want you reading out the jokes. I'll save those
No,
for my
I was
act.
going to say that. There could be some
Everyone
good
put your
jokes.
hats on. They're a great leveller. Doesn't matter how clever you are, everyone looks a bit simple
Mine
in a
always
paper
comes
hat.
down like...
Now, let's do presents now. Yes, we all... Now, present time. Oh, which shall I have? Me first. I'm having the big one. Go on, choose a present. These are £5 Christmas presents. Did you only spend £5 on this?
I spent £6.
You cheated.
Sorry.
Go on, open in a frenzy. Quick, quick, quick.
Get your own. Give me your
Right. Come on, keep it interesting. I know sorry if you're feeling a bit left out at home. Oh! What is it?
What I've got is a voodoo doll, which is excellent. I'll be using that as Patrick Marber, the playwright, West End playwright.
Guess what I've got? I've got a copy of my own book, which is very rare because it was remaindered about 2 years ago. And it's reduced down to £1.95.
Reduced down to 150.
You were robbed, whoever bought that. That is all we've got time for. Thanks to Paul, Stewart and Emma Marie. Where's that mistletoe? Because this is the best bit of Christmas, isn't it? Come on, everyone. It's kissing time. Form an orderly queue. I got one. Come on, everyone, kiss me.